Welcome to the Tech Blog Writer Podcast, your guide to future tech trends and innovation in a language you understand. Now, over to your host, Neil Hughes.
Welcome to the Tech Blog Writer Podcast, where I'm reporting live from the Adobe Digital Summit in Vegas this week. Now, one of the big attractions at any of the Adobe Summits is Sneaks. Sneaks allows summit attendees to peek into what they've been developing deep into their darkest Adobe labs. I say darkest, whenever I hear the phrase Adobe labs, I just imagine some kind of back cave in Area 51 with lots of people in white coats, but that's more about my overactive imagination. Essentially, it does offer attendees an opportunity to preview future technology that may or may not make it into future Adobe products. And it's those proof of concepts that provide a glimpse into the vision of the creativity cloud of the future. So that's why it's quite special. It is important to remember that these are research projects and there's no formal commitment to product roadmaps or release dates. However, Adobe has a great track record and around 60% of these projects in Sneaks typically make it into a product. So Sneaks is happening on day 2 of the Adobe Summit here, and it's one of the most popular events of the show. And this year it's co-hosted by Leslie Jones. And it's seen as the biggest unveiling of lab projects for Adobe all year. Now today I managed to learn more about one of them and get a sneaks of a sneak. I mean, how meta is that? So what I want to investigate today is the Sneak Intelligent Content Insights. Now, content marketing has been a proven way for brands to attract and retain customers, especially when you compare it to traditional marketing methods. It has been proven to be 6 times more effective in driving conversion. So as competition for eyeballs intensifies, it's going to be AI and data science that will soon play a critical role in driving future successes. So with this project, essentially, marketers can leverage advanced technology and tap an AI assistant for their content strategy efforts. So wherever you're listening to the show today, buckle up and hold on tight, because I want to beam your ears over here to Vegas so I can invite you to come and join me on the show floor of the Adobe Summit. And you too can get a sneak of a sneak right here with me. So a big warm welcome to the show. Could you just tell me a little bit about who you are and what you do?
Sure. My name is Jonas Dahl. I'm a product manager for AEM, and I work on machine learning projects for all of the AEM products, so assets, sites, forms, etc.
Cool. Now you're going to be doing a sneak here at the Adobe Summit. Can you just talk me through what you're going to be revealing today?
Sure. It's basically attacking a problem of figuring out what works well and what doesn't work that well for different audiences, which is not necessarily obvious. So for a while we've been talking about using data to inform your decisions, right? So we instrument different experiences and then you get your dashboard and you can see this experience does well or this experience doesn't do that well. But unpacking that and figuring out what is it about this experience that really drives my KPI is something that's right now left to the marketer to find out. So that's what we're attacking, and we're doing that by using technology that will give you actionable steps you can take to improve a given experience. So that's one thing, and then the same technology can also be used for creating insights that you can use in planning. So figure out for this particular audience, this is kind of what works well in terms of the video or the topic or other dimensions of your experiences.
Excellent. Seems to me that the project aims to help brands understand content better. Can you just talk me through some of those existing challenges that people have out there at the moment that you're going after?
Right. So there's several steps involved here. So I think a lot of people actually want to do this, but one of the key challenges is, as you said, to understand all the content. So, we have thousands of experiences, and going through all of those and attaching the right metadata that describes those experiences is a daunting task. And that's a prerequisite to do all of this advanced analysis, right? So that's really where we see people struggle, that we need a good understanding of the content before we can combine that with an understanding of the performance to get these insights out. So it's really building on top of the whole Adobe Sensei idea, where you can use all these services to analyze your content and extract that rich metadata. And that's what you use for the analysis.
So it's great to see Adobe Sensei right at the heart of this, but can you tell me a little bit more about how AI technology is able to produce these insights that we're talking about?
Right. So again, that's kind of, there are a lot of different technologies in play.
Yeah.
So the first kind of step, where we say to kind of understand the content, we draw from a lot of different technologies, right? For images, it's deep learning that's, been proved to be way superior to other technologies to do tagging. Same thing for videos and topic modeling, etc. So those are like the images, video stuff is basically built on deep learning.
Yeah.
Some of the topic modeling stuff is built on completely different technologies. So and that doesn't really matter because it's built on microservices, right? So you can send it to different microservices, get different pieces of information back, persist that, and then you use machine learning again, which is based on it's not really deep learning at all. It's pretty standard machine learning to extract these insights. So I think it's a great example of how a lot of different machine learning technologies are put together to solve a more advanced use case.
Excellent. So just for anybody listening at home, anywhere in the world, can you just help them visualize how you're solving this problem and what type of brands might benefit most from this project?
Interesting question. So I think all brands that produce experiences could benefit from this, actually, right?
Yeah.
Because and that's just a strength of this, that you can focus on the metadata that really makes sense to you and the dimensions of the content that makes sense to you. So if you're producing a lot of video, then you're probably going to really take a close look at the insights you get for video. If you're producing a lot of text content, maybe you'll be more interested in the insights we have around topic modeling, etc. So it's really a great technology because depending on the customer, we can focus on different areas of the insights.
I think something modern audiences are going through at the moment is everybody wants a personalised experience across a plethora of devices. Do you think this sneak could help with that at all?
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the great things about this is that we get insights that are aggregated over all our visitors, but you can also slice and dice it based on your segments and your audiences. So, and that will give you, very insights that are very specific to your audience. So let's go with the video example that, some audiences may appreciate things that go into detail and explain a lot of things, so they may respond well to longer videos, whereas some other audiences have like shorter attention spans and maybe you just need to be very on point. So this technology will help you extract that, and it'll on a lot of different dimensions. So I just mentioned the video one as one thing. This is true for topics. Maybe some topics resonate better with one audience than another, and this is really the technology we want to use to bring that out.
And presumably if a marketer wanted to do this at the moment, they would have to go see a data guy, but this takes away that problem as well, right?
Exactly, yeah. That's the main thing, that it really shortens the whole loop for, and also it allows the marketer to get these insights and act on them. So you don't have several people in the loop, so to speak, right? So it shortens the time, and also it eases the communication, because you basically get the insights delivered right to your UI, so you can use them to produce the content based on the insights right away, basically.
Now, in the sneak, you did demonstrate that if you have an online video and that video is too long, you can see instantly the exact moment that engagement starts to drop off, and then you can adjust the length of the video. Have you noticed how long a video should be online? Is there a rough time that you notice when that attention drops off, like after a minute?
Right. So it really does depend on
the content,
the content, especially the audience.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's one of the beauties of creating content, right? That there's not a one size fit all, and it's really important to think about who's in your audience and do that personalization.
Have you had any insights off that at the moment from, engagement levels from, let's say, a smartphone to a laptop to a tablet? Or again, is it all about the content and the audience?
Well, so that's kind of can be baked into the audience. The way we think about audiences is not just the traits of this individual, but also what platform is he on, what device is he on, etc. So there's definitely different dimensions there to think about.
So if there is anybody listening at home, could you reveal the actual project name? And also anyone that was at the sneak today, they will know the hashtag. But for anyone that wasn't there and they're following this from home, how can they follow that hashtag and actually see what people have been saying about this unveiling today?
Sure. So the name of the feature is Intelligent Content Insights. And we use the hashtag InsightSneak. So insights with an S plural and then sneak. And yeah, feel free to use that and vote for it.
I think a great example of how this technology worked is to try and imagine a travel site where an upcoming video series is planned around summer vacation on the site's blog. With this technology, the system will analyse the brand's existing video library and map performance data with a tremendous amount of content attributes such as objects, moods and actions. And it's those commonalities across high-performing assets that are identified, and then it enables a recommendation to be generated for variables including length, format, people and so much more. Now, I do appreciate that you couldn't see a lot of what I could during that interview there, but I hope you get an idea of why it could be a big, big game changer. As always, tweet me at Neil C. Hughes. Email me techblogwriter@outlook.com if you've got any questions or any thoughts, whether they be good or bad, because it's your input, your engagement that makes this show worthwhile. Now, I'm going to go off now with my roving reporter hat on and grab another guest for the show. But if there is anything that you would like me to check out on your behalf while I'm over here, let me know and we'll make it happen. But we're out of time once again, so all that's actually left for me to say now is a genuine thank you from me for listening to the show. And until next time, don't be a stranger.
Thanks for listening to the Tech Blog Writer Podcast. Until next time, remember, technology is best when it brings people together.